from ages 0 to 5. It is very, very, very crucial that when you, Hazel, this is important information. It's about the human brain. It's not about dating or anything like that. I will not talk about, can I talk about the human brain? Is that okay, baby? Is that okay, sweetheart? Okay. She's like, yeah, you can talk to me, bitch, and that's it. She's fucking possessive. I would not try to hit on me. This is who the fuck's, dude, this is where she sleeps. Huh? I'm mommy's baby. Yes, you're the best dog in the world, huh? You wanna go night-night? So from ages 0 to 5, you guys, the child's brain develops from 0 to 5. And from that time, based off of how parents treat each other and the love and respect that they have for each other and the way that they treat and care for the child, whether they're consistent or inconsistent, loving, caring, kind, gentle in words, and allow this child to just like experience. Hazel, stop being selfish. You're starting to get me mad, and you know how I get when I get mad. I just push you away, and you'll be done. Don't make me put you on restrict. Okay, so from 0 to 5, a child develops its complete personality based off of just seeing and listening and hearing and feeling things. By the time it's 5 years old, all of its experiences that it has heard and seen will determine this child's foundation for their entire future and their personality. When a child is 7, based off of the way that you have responded to them making mistakes, let's say if you walk in and they spilt water all over the floors, what the fuck, Johnny? What did you fucking do? You fucking, oh my fuck, you're always fucking doing shit. This child has now actually, it has determined whether or not it is going to have like problem resolution skills or if it's just going to actually kind of have trouble making child skills. Meaning that you're not supposed to actually tell a child that they're bad or that anything that they do is bad till after. You're not supposed to use the term bad really ever, but before 7, it's very crucial because if you don't approach a child correctly and just let them know in a calm manner that they made a mistake, and as frustrating as it is, you have to actually calmly say it, and you are not supposed to place blame on the child. You're supposed to calmly let them know that that is not what we do, and explain to them how it will make a mistake and the proper way to do it, and then take them out of the situation and be respectful and calm. If you say that the child did bad, what happens is the brain doesn't know. The child's brain is not mature enough to actually know what that means. And so they just program the word bad into their brain at that time. That's all they can actually comprehend. And what that does to them is it makes them feel like who they are as a person is bad. And that child ends up feeling like they have low self-esteem, and they don't end up getting problem resolution skills because you didn't actually teach them how to do it correctly. And you actually surprise them when you talk to them in that way. So you give them a spark of anxiety and you elevate them emotionally. And then you punish them. And then you send them maybe to their room or whatever it is that you do. But really, the entire like session of the whole event is elevated and pretty intense, and it's scary and it's stressful, but there's really no positive emotion that comes from it. So if you think about it, what skills are they learning in their youth? And then people are just saying because they turn 18, they're adults, and they're, blaming people for not knowing what to do. Something that is difficult is that usually interest will skip a generation, so you're probably going to run into situations where everything you love, whoever your kid, they may not care for. Sometimes you get lucky and you and your child have the exact same interests, and that's awesome. If you do, congratulations, that's great. But a lot of times it's completely the opposite. Or it'll be like your sister's kids, like we'll have things in common. So don't feel like if you and your kid have, broad differences that you don't have anything that anybody else isn't going through. Every kid feels like their parents probably annoying, and every mom and dad feel like maybe their kids don't like them sometimes. But I think you're doing great, and just know that it's really just like, we don't really know these things. Because from 26 to 30 is not, that's when you should even start having kids. I guess the body or the brain can't even actually, it's not developed to be a parent yet until it's 26 to 30. So nobody tells us those things. We hear about sex ed, and we hear about stuff and babies, and they make us do the doll thing, and everybody says it's so gross, but I don't really remember learning anything, to be honest, in my childhood, except for that we're supposed to be embarrassed and all of those. We pretty much made it a gross session. We didn't really learn anything out of it. I think something that would be really beneficial for like people that were like defiant. The why people, like, why can't we do this? They want to know why. And then there's people that are just clearly, obviously logical, and they just know why you shouldn't do it. But the people like me that want to challenge anybody, you might say things like that, according, to this, which is the brain and the body and how it actually develops. These are the proper ages that your body can actually do the best job that it can do. Those things matter to people like us. I'm pretty big on having really good grades, and I don't even like it if I get a B at school. I'll even start crying in class. And so if you were able to figure out how whoever you were talking to learns best, whether it's through fact, or emotion, or wanting to do it correctly, or just whatever it is that's, motivating them, getting to know whoever it is that you're working with, and being patient. It's not easy, but just Google it from now on instead of assuming that we know. And I'd show you right now with my phone, but I'm gonna marinate these steaks. We're gonna have, Halo, do you want mashed potatoes, baked potatoes, or fried potatoes? Halo? That smells so good. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna cut it. I feel like we need to cut it. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry, but that was like, smells so good. Fucking A. Okay, let's see what else do we got here. So for those of you who don't know, the basics are license, car, job, and place to live. Make sure you have your basics in order. And if you don't have your social security card or your ID, you can't get a job and you can't get your stuff taken care of. So that would be step one. If you live in Spokane, just message me. I'll refer you to anybody that'll help you, no problem. This is the resource, literally like capital, and they helped me completely rebuild my life. So, guys, stop being so hard on yourself and just learn a different way to go about it. You're perfect, perfectly made, and the only thing you don't have right now is a good plan of action. So write your POA down, set some goals, a deadline, to-do lists, eat, and give yourself a pat on the back, because you're doing great. And I'm glad that I get to be here with you guys and be a part of your life, and you matter to me. I look forward to our future together.